Let's close our eyes and pay attention to our breathing. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Pay attention to your posture, the thoughts, the little aches and pains in the body. Breathe in a lot of positivity from the surroundings. Feel the aching body parts getting nurtured. And breathe out any residual aches and pains. Breathe in love, faith, and integrity. Feel your heart fill with love for everyone and everything around you. Release any perceived beliefs that are adversely affecting love, faith, and integrity. Breathe in peace and prosperity. Feel the calmness spread across your body. Breathe out any traces of agitation. Breathe in joy and care. Feel every cell in the body dancing with joy. Breathe out anything stopping us from feeling the joy. Assume normal breathing. Invoke the angels, archangels, your ancestors, who are offering us handy guidance every minute of our survival. Invite them in our space and request them to be with us through the day. Invoke Mahavatar Babaji, all the great healing and loving masters, your personal deities. Surrender to them. Pray, seek their blessings. To help you understand that they're there to put you on the right path, our life path. Invoke your higher consciousness, Align to your higher consciousness. Know that you are receiving guidance from your higher consciousness. Express your gratitude. Invoke the radical consciousness in the prime resource energy. Express your gratitude to radical Atman, Mamta, and all our other mentors. Feel the oneness with the prime resource energy, oneness with our mentors, oneness with radical. Become aware of the physical reality. Listen to the birds. Feel the air. Feel your body. Feel the touch with Mother Earth. And come back to the reality. Be grounded to take in the lessons that are about to open up for us. Thank you. The request is that why do we attract dominating people in our lives? What is it that we have to learn from their presence in our lives? So with that question in mind, the reading is AR13, AR13, right compassion chakra. Need to invite compassion, kindness, and courtesy. Does it ever happen that you feel troubled, tortured, or tormented by others in any way? If yes, it is time for you to let go of your need to complain about feeling this way. Open yourself, intend and invite kindness, compassion, courtesy from one and all. Invite others to treat you with care and compassion. You deserve the kind and compassionate approach from others, irrespective of your achievements and efforts to manifest. If you have manifested people around you to be cruel, hurting, rude, or unreasonable with you, it is time to first of all manifest kindness in them, or manifest the kind of people around you who support you in your efforts to achieve as per your wish. Make sure you remain kind and compassionate toward yourself as well. So let's do some R5 statements and see what opens up for us. I R5 my feeling of being troubled, tortured or harassed.
R5, my feeling of being troubled.
Tortured or harassed.
Trouble and harassed.
I R5, my feeling of being troubled, tortured, or harassed.
I R5, my feeling of trouble, torture, and harass.
I R5, my feeling of being troubled, tortured, or harassed.
I R5, my feeling of trouble, torture, and harass.
Which one resonates better, Rasha? Troubled, tortured, or harassed?
And torture and harass.
I R5, I need to be tortured.
Ma'am, both three is resonant, ma'am.
Okay. So which one is the most one? So it becomes easy for us to recite statements.
Harass, ma'am.
Okay. I R5, I need to be harassed.
I R5, my need to be harassed.
I R5, I need to be harassed.
I R5, my need to be harassed.
I R5, I need to be harassed.
I R5, my need to be harassed.
I R5, the reasons for me to be harassed.
I R5, the reason to make me harass.
I R5, the reasons for me to be harassed. I R5, the reasons for me to be harassed.
R5, the reason to make me harass. To make me harass.
I R5, my oaths, vows, and promises.
I R5, and promises.
Inhibiting me from inviting kindness from others.
Inhibiting me for inviting kindness from others.
I R5, my oaths, vows, and promises.
I R5, my oaths, vows, and promises.
Inhibiting me from inviting kindness from others.
Inhibiting me from inviting kindness from others.
I R5, my oaths, vows, and promises.
I R5, my oaths, vows, and promises.
Inhibiting me from inviting kindness from others.
Inhibiting me from inviting kindness from others.
Or R5, I need to harass myself.
R5, I need to harass myself.
I R5, I need to harass myself.
I R5, I need to harass myself. Ma'am, we think that others harass us, but we also harass ourselves also, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah, we allow it to happen, right? We allow those memories to bother us. We allow the situations to keep coming back to us. We are allowing it in our space.
Okay.
So I'm allowing myself to be harassed. I R5, I need to.
I R5, I need to
Allow myself to be harassed.
To allow myself to be harassed.
I R5, I need to allow myself to be harassed.
I R5, I need to allow myself to harass.
I R5, I need to allow myself to be harassed.
I R5 myself to allow myself to harass.
I R5, I need to be tortured.
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 R5, I need to be tortured.
I R5, the reasons for my need to be tortured.
R5, the reason I need to be tortured.
I R5, the reasons for my need to be tortured.
I R5, my reason. R5, my reason for need to be tortured.
I R5, the reasons for my need to be tortured.
I R5, the reason I need to be tortured.
I archive my oaths, vows, and promises, preventing me from overcoming being tortured.
I archive my oaths, vows, and promises,
Preventing me
from being tortured.
Yeah. I archive my oaths, vows, and promises, preventing me from being tortured.
I archive my oaths, vows, and promises, preventing me being tortured.
I archive my oaths, vows, and promises, preventing me from being tortured.
I archive my oaths, vows, and promises, preventing me from being tortured.
I archive my unawareness.
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 I archive my need to blame others for torturing me.
I archive
My need to blame others.
I archive my need to blame others for torturing me. I
I
archive blame others for torturing me.
I archive my need to blame others for torturing me.
I archive my need to blame others for torturing me.
I admit my need to be tortured under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I admit my need to be tortured under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I admit my need to be tortured under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I admit my need to be tortured under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I admit my need to be tortured under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I admit my need to be tortured under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I see my torturer.
I see my torturer.
I feel my torturer.
I feel my torturer.
I acknowledge my torturer.
I acknowledge my torturer.
I love and accept my torturer.
I love and accept my torturer.
I honor my torturer.
I honor my torturer.
I honor the brilliance in my torturer.
I honor the brilliance in my torturer.
I am the torturer and the torturer is me.
I am the torturer and torturer is me. I am the torturer and torturer is me. I am the torturer and torturer is me. I am the torturer and torturer is me. I am the torturer and the torturer is me. I am the torturer and torturer is me. I am the torturer and the torturer is me. I am the torturer and torturer is me. I am the torturer and torturer is me.
I recognize the torturer in me.
I recognize the torturer in me. I recognize the torturer in me. I recognize the torturer in me. I recognize the torturer in me. I recognize the torturer in me. I recognize the torturer in me. I recognize the torturer in me.
I solve the torturer in me.
I solve the torturer in me.
I dissolve the torturer in me.
I dissolve the torturer in me.
I resolve the torturer in me.
I resolve the torturer in me.
I co-solve the torturer in me.
I co-solve the torturer in me.
I super solve the torturer in me.
I super solve the torturer in me.
I awaken the kindness 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 for myself and others in me.
I awaken the kindness for myself and others in me.
I awaken the kindness in myself and others in me.
Awaken the kindness in myself and others in me.
I awaken the kindness for myself and others in me.
I awaken the kindness in myself and others in me.
How do you feel?
Ma'am, too much cloud.
Too much?
Too much thoughts, too much clouds. too much disappointed, like that.
IR5, the feeling, the overwhelming feeling.
R5.
The overwhelming feeling.
The R5, my overwhelming feeling.
IR5, 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 my need to handle.
IR5, my need to
handle my thoughts.
IR5, my need to
handle my thoughts.
Handle my thoughts.
IR5, my need to handle my thoughts.
IR5, my need to handle my thoughts.
IR5, my need to handle my overwhelming thoughts.
IR5, my need to force verbs and promises.
IR5, my need to handle my overwhelming thoughts.
IR5, my need to
handle my overwhelming thoughts.
IR5, my need to overwhelming thoughts.
How do you feel?
Ma'am, need for people taking advantage.
IR5, I need to be kind to myself.
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 IR5, I need to love 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 myself.
IR5, I need to respect 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 myself.
IR5, I need to be taken advantage of.
IR5, I need to be taken advantage for.
IR5, I need to be taken advantage of.
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 IR5, my association of being taken advantage of with anything coming up. What do you associate?
Ma'am. IR5, my association of.
Yeah, when you allow people to take advantage of you, what do you get to do? What do you get to be?
When people get advantage of me, I feel, ma'am, feel sadness and
How about victim? How does that resonate with you? You feel victimized.
I feel, ma'am, not victim, just like, ma'am, nobody understand me like that.
You feel alone.
Nobody respect me like that.
Yeah, so you feel lonely.
No, ma'am, not exact word.
You feel
ignored.
ignored.
Feel with, ma'am. Feel with, ma'am. Feel with. क्या बोलते हैं? Feel with. Not negativeness. I feel with negativeness.
So you're filled with negativity.
Yeah, I feel I get negative. I get negative.
Okay, IR5 might need to be negative.
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 IR5 might need to be negative. IR5 might
IR5
need to be negative.
IR5 might need to get even.
IR5 might need to get even. Means?
Barabar sa. You want to take revenge or you want
Yeah,
to.
I want to get revenge. कि मेरे
Yeah.
साथ ऐसा किया देखो फिर ऐसा होगा.
Yeah.
मेरे साथ गलत किया तो चलो आपके साथ भी गलत होगा या तुम्हारे साथ भी गलत होगा. This pattern goes on, man.
Right. IR5
Revenge.
my pattern of taking revenge.
IR5 my pattern of R5 my pattern of taking revenge.
IR5 my pattern of taking revenge.
R5 my pattern of taking revenge.
IR5 my pattern of taking revenge.
R5 my pattern of taking revenge.
IR5 my need to rise above and beyond my need to take revenge.
R5 might get to rise above and
Beyond my need to take revenge.
for taking revenge.
IR5 my need to rise above and beyond.
R5 might need to be rise above and beyond.
My need to take revenge.
Sorry, my need to take revenge.
IR5 my need to rise above and beyond.
R5 might need to rise beyond.
Rise above and beyond.
Above and beyond.
My need to take revenge.
My need to take revenge.
IR5 my need to forgive people.
IR5 my need to forgive people. Ma'am, think ma'am, today I forgive them, but again same pattern come, again same revenge and same
Yeah. So
thoughts.
rather than the pattern of taking revenge, you go into the pattern of forgiving.
Okay.
See, forgiving you're doing only once, but revenge pattern is happening again and again.
In my mind, ma'am, in physical
Yeah.
world, in my
I
mind.
know. Yeah, I know. It's just the thoughts.
Yeah.
Those are spiraling. Right? So even forgiveness is at thought level. IR5 I need to forgive myself and others.
IR5 I need to forgive myself and others. IR5 I need to forgive myself and others. IR5 I need to forgive myself and others. R5 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 I need to forgive myself and others. Ma'am, when I forgive, I think let it be. छोड़ दो. Ma'am, again and again, same thing happens. Same type of behavior from other people, same respond and same way of
See,
tackling.
people have chosen a role to play.
Okay.
And they are not going to change it.
Okay.
They have a role to play and they're playing their role. And you have chosen these people to be in your life with their role that they have chosen. So that is also not going to change. Only your perception, your interpretation of what is happening, if that shifts, then life for you will shift. outside same thing will continue to happen. Nothing will change because, khana, pina, sona, will talk about people, do this, do that, everything will continue.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
my interpretation of that will change.
Okay.
Right
So,
now, I apply it to myself. I think they are torturing me. They are doing this to me, whatever.
yes,
But
ma'am.
now I forgive them. I accept them. I forgive myself. I'm kind to myself. I say, okay, they are saying that. Let it be that. But this is who I am. They are the way they are.
Yes.
Let them be like that.
Okay.
Now the problem is when I start expecting them to change.
Yeah.
And they won't change.
Okay.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
But now I'm not expecting them to change. I'm accepting them the way they are.
Okay.
I am trying to interpret their actions, their behaviors a little differently.
Okay.
Right? So loving and accepting them the way they are, forgiving them and yourself, and knowing that we needed these relationships for me to grow.
Okay.
And choosing to grow through inspiration rather than desperation.
Okay. So, ma'am, this is all the things are negatives, dominating, harassing, harassment. Okay. So, why they inspire us to go? Because they, again, take us in resentment and revenge, that type of feelings.
Yeah,
So, how does it?
because
Can
we
we
have
change way of
no,
from this negative pattern, and we grow from positive
yeah,
things?
we could definitely do that, but there is a takeaway. No, I mean, when I also fight back, then I have a feeling that I'm taking revenge, which means like a growth for me. I'm better than you, or I'm at least equal to you. So that is growth through desperation, through suffering. So growth is happening, but not to a level that is going to help us feel good about ourselves. We are going to feel, we are continuing to feel discomfort. But we continue to do that because we choose to be stuck. Because if in case you become free,
Yes.
then there may be some association that you may be left alone. People may not care for you, whatever, we don't know. So there is a fear that if you become free, you may be alone. So better stay in this only. Comfort zone.
Don't know. No fear. I think no fear. I don't know, ma'am. In subconscious, what is happening, I don't know.
Yeah. That's why Pritika, you want to add something?
Shiva, I think you're handling it just beautifully.
Okay. So it is just that knowing I have chosen these relationships, knowing
But what just
that,
one thing? Sorry.
yeah.
As Shubha said before, the only thing which will help you accept the situation is if you go into forgiveness more. Because if the forgiveness is not done, at first you may feel that you're just doing it superficially,
Mm.
But then when you start feeling it in your heart, you will start feeling it in your heart when you feel that compassion for them.
Mm.
Because they are behaving the way they are behaving because they have their own little things going on. And as she said, they're there to play a role. They're there to teach you something. What is it that they want to, what is it that you have to learn from them? You know, it may be that they're teaching you how to be independent. They're teaching you how to voice yourself. They're teaching you humility. There are so many things, but that what applies to you is what you have to take. So it's only in forgiving that you will come into awareness of what the lesson is. And until you learn your lesson, this pattern will keep going on and on. And you'll be amazed that forgiveness does help the person's energy. Your energy will change, their energy will shift.
Yes, very true.
So just continue, you know, with the forgiveness. And I don't know if you know the Ho'oponopono forgiveness.
Mm.
Yes,
Just
ma'am.
keep doing it.
Okay. Because there is no improvement, just stuck, just you see, I'm moving in one.
For no improvement, also stop energizing that. The more you keep talking about the situation, the more you keep saying, oh, this is hopeless, you're just energizing it more.
Okay.
Just go into a quiet space for yourself.
Yes, ma'am. Go
You
for.
know, a quiet space. Be quiet inside. Do not react every time verbally outside or mentally inside.
Okay.
Because you may not say it out loud to the person, but then inside you're going like, "Ta-da-da," it's like a firing.
Yes. Inside is a fire. In outer world, I do not say anything or I behave
So
very.
that's even,
In
that's what
inner
I'm
world, a very big.
go
Big
within, choose
fire.
quietness for yourself for the situation. Choose it. If you choose it, then, you know, you might see change. But don't keep harping about there is no change, there is no this, the situation is this. Stop harping about it. Because
Okay.
the more you talk about this, you may express it to maybe, you know, your best friend or to your mother, then your sister, then this one and that one. First of all, you need to stop talking about that
Okay. Okay.
because you're energizing the situation.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that makes so much sense. That is why the pattern never stops. Okay, so I think we'll go with I forgive myself and others, or we can also do I awaken the kindness for myself and others. Whatever applies.
First one, ma'am.
Okay, I forgive myself and others unconditionally.
I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. Okay, ma'am, I will do this.
All
I
right.
forgive myself and others unconditionally.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very
And,
much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Have a nice evening, Jutika.
Thank
Uh,
you. Sleeping time for me.
I know. Are you still in New Jersey?
Ritika, where do you stay?
I am in the US, but I'm actually based in Mumbai. So
Okay. In US, in which city, in which area?
I'm